Welcome, everyone, to the Predictive Playbook. This is the Major League Baseball Angle of the Day show, a quick hitting 4, 5, 6 minute segment where I break down a game in great detail as fast as I can. Before I get to that, Sportsmemo has put together an unbelievable opportunity for you to have me start working for you. I was number one in the NFL last year at 65.8% against the spread. The last 35 college football and NFL playoff games, I hit 73.3% against the spread, which is the bowl games and the playoffs all the way through the Super Bowl. I'm 18-5 over 23 years of Super Bowl action. Had some luck with some of those games, but nevertheless, 18-5 is quite a record. So what they're doing is taking the NFL and reducing it by $400 down to $399 for the entire season, including the playoffs, straight through to the Super Bowl. Okay, if that's not good enough, they're giving you the entire college football season, including the bowls, all the way through the playoffs of the Final Four and the championship game, free. So I don't know what more they can do to encourage you to get on board with me. I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to meet new people, get to know you, work with you one-on-one as much as I can, and most of all, have fun making winners and having profitability at the end of the season. It's all that matters to me. So I've been doing it 27 years. I would think I know what I'm doing, and I want you to trust that fact. I wouldn't be number one at Sportsmemo in that field of other elite professionals if I didn't really know what I was doing and know it well. So take advantage of that. Go to sm.buzz/JR and get on board today. The sale will end Sunday. So it's better to get it done and out of the way than anything else. So let's take a look here at the betting angle of the day. And I like this game quite a bit. This one comes up as a 4-unit best bet. And it is on the Chicago Cubs in the second game, regardless of what happens in this first game. And Justin Steele is the starting pitcher. He's a left-hander for the Cubs. I'll get to him in a little bit here. But the angle here is betting on home dogs of 125 to 175. Home dog is just terrible at the plate in the last 3 games, batting 165 or worse. Game number is 82 or higher. So we're in the second half of the season, not to be confused with after the All-Star break, because that usually occurs around the 100th game of the regular season. So these parameters combined, 26-13 on the money line, averaging a 145 dog. Over the last 5 seasons, it's made 26 units per unit bet. And if it's not a divisional game, a little subset here, the home dog soars to a 15-5 mark and a 79% ROI. And just a tremendous angle here, one that I would highly recommend you write down and track. It doesn't take much effort to track some of these angles, and they've done well over many, many seasons. So that is the angle that supports the play. Now what I'd like to do is talk to you about Justin Steele. He was called up on August 10th. Promoted for the second time. And this is a pitcher that I think would be good to have for a DraftKings lineup. His first 2 starts were losses, but he dominated at the AAA level. And his spin rates are off the charts good. And this guy, Justin Steele, has everything that I look for in a young pitcher, which he is. So in terms of his, let's take a look at StatCast here now, which is right here. And the StatCast figures, he throws a very heavy fastball. What I mean by that, some people call it a sinker, but the spin rate is so elite. It's among the top 8% of all Major League Baseball pitchers right now. That's in the company of a Garrett Cole, for example, and several others. Chris Sale would be up there. With a spin rate that high. And that spin makes it very difficult for a batter to identify. And it also has heavy late movement down and in to a left-handed batter. So you'll see that tonight. And if that's not hard enough to hit, when he stays on top of his slider, it is one of the most, it breaks hard. And it's not thrown slow. That would cause gravity to make it break. But he throws it at about 82 to 84 miles an hour, which is slow by slider standards. It's almost more like a slurve type pitch, combination slider curve. but it really, when it bites hard and down. So it can come in to a batter looking like possibly a changeup, which is what he would throw to a right-handed batter, for example. But in this particular case, you'll see it in the game tonight. The movement and the power and the spin rate that this young lad has is really, really good. So I like him quite a bit in this situation. Just taking a look at some of the other stats here in front of me, you're going to see 65% fastball, and he does have a change, not a change up, but a change in velocity with a four-seamer versus the sinker, and he does use a slightly different grip, and the vertical drop on the four-seamer is actually 4 inches less than when he throws the sinker. So this enables him to actually spot fastballs from time to time, where the batter doesn't know whether it's going to be sinking or whether it's going to be, contrary to a sinking fastball, or one that doesn't sink after you saw that is like floating on air. And that's where you get the idea of a riser. So that four-seamer will be effective against this lineup of the Rockies when he's 0-2 and throw that pitch in the upper border of the strike zone with not the sinking action. I think he's going to get a lot of strikeouts that way. He is predominantly a ground ball pitcher. So if we start seeing ground balls in the first inning, first 2-3 innings, he's on. And that's where, even if Colorado gets a 1-0 lead, I would do it in game and back the Cubs with Justin Steele on the hill. But for this purpose of this show, I would bet the Cubs full game with him on the hill. If you like the first 5, I can't talk you off that one. That's just as good. I just like the full game a little bit better with the price. So that is my review of Justin Steele, and I think that'll take care of it for today. So again, a reminder to get over to Sportsmemo and take advantage of this $399 for the NFL. That's $400 off. But if that wasn't enough, they're giving the entire college football season for free. That takes you all the way to the Super Bowl, both college and pro, for $399, and it's by far the lowest price we've ever done. And I hope every single one of you come on board, and I promise you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to learn a lot, and God willing, we're going to win a lot too. My track record of 7 straight seasons in the NFL and college football combined with significant profits. Most of those seasons are over 50% ROI. I'm very excited about this opportunity to show you how a pro really does it. And I have 27 years of experience to back it up. Look forward to meeting you all. And for Sportsmemo.com and the Predictive Playbook, good luck, and may all the wins be yours. I appreciate you stopping by and listening to the show. Have a good night.